Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Defy Shadows here, and I'm back, finally. It's been a while. But I'm here with a Mass Effect Andromeda build video. Where I'm calling this a Stealth Vanguard, or I guess you could call it like an Angry Ninja. Either way, we're going to be using, what's it called? Charge, Nova, and Tactical Cloak. So let's get right into the build. So the basics, let's go over Charge first, because that's like the main ability. You can see I put a lot of points into things, but that's just for the passives, honestly. So mostly I went for recharge speed and damage, because one of the passives gives you radius for Nova. Although you can give charge a radius, which is nice. But really the most important thing is the rank 6, and I've chosen just reduce the recharge speed, because I want to be able to charge as much as possible. The other one does work, it's really good. It gives you all your shields back, and you get damage resistance for 5 seconds, which means you can take a lot more hits. But you have to kind of play more controlled with that one. You gotta stick to cover a little bit more and let your abilities recharge. Use Tactical Cloak more strategically. But it's perfectly viable. Both are really good. I've tested both. I just like to jump around the battlefield like a madman. And then for Nova, I chose the Primer because I need a way to set off combo detonations, and my third ability is Tactical Cloak, which does not prime people for combos. So that's really the whole reason I picked that one. And then Barrier is just really good, makes you way more tanky. You can take like extra hits for days. I don't know how many extra hits it is on Insanity, but it's enough usually. And then the rank 6 on Barrier that I chose, basically if you go to 25% health, it gives you your full shield back. Doesn't matter what the situation is. You can be staggered, you can be taking damage over time, it doesn't matter. It gives you your shield back, and if you're taking damage over time, it just starts taking damage off your new full shield. So that definitely saves my butt all the time. And then just these are basically just, you know, damage and power range. Power radius is great for Nova, and power force is awesome for Nova because it means you can send people flying, and it's awesome. So for Tactical Cloak, basically we just got duration and recharge speed. And then for rank 6, I did try for a while. One of the options allows your shield, or it allows you to regen your shield and health while you're in Tactical Cloak. And it just doesn't synergize as well with being able to use charge all the time, because charge regens your shield anyway. So, and then I've had to pick things in combat anyway, so I have pretty good health regen. So all I have to do is stick to cover or use Tactical Cloak to get behind cover, and then I can regen my health pretty easily. Or I can regen my health while charge is giving me my shield back. So I ended up picking the rank 6 on Tactical Cloak that gives you that leaves Tactical Cloak on for a few seconds after you do an attack, which basically just increases your damage. Or if you happen to charge into a whole bunch of enemies and you don't want to be there, it gives you a second of Cloak to get out. So, so my points are kind of diversified, and the reason for that is because I want a lot of biotic cooldown, but I'm using the Infiltrator profile, which means I need points in combat and tech. So I've mostly taken passives for combat, like sniper rifles. I just want damage. Combat fitness gives me more weapon weight, so I can stay at 100% cooldown. No cooldown penalties for having too much weight, and I can have a couple extra weapons besides my sniper rifle as backup. And then just better health and shield regeneration is always good. But let's get right into the fight, I guess. So coming up on this, basically what I like to do is, oh yeah, I gotta prove I'm on Insanity even though it's a video. Anyway, so you park that Mako, wait, no, sorry, I mean Nomad, and you get out. So there's a Hydra right away, so we just open up with some sniper volleys. I use Bioconverter on my sniper rifle, which is a double-edged sword on Insanity because you don't want to lose the health, and 5% is a lot. Or it adds up quite a bit, especially with a sniper rifle like the Valiant, where you can unload the clip pretty fast. But basically the strategy is you want to go in and out on big targets like that, because you don't want them to melee you on Insanity, because it doesn't feel good. So you basically, the Cloak Evade is why I use the Infiltrator subclass, or profile, if you will. That's the only reason. Cloak Evade saves my life so many times. And so you just want to kind of charge in, Cloak Evade out, Cloak Evade in, Nova, charge, Cloak Evade out, sniper rifle. Use your tactical cloak whenever you need to, and then you can just kind of jump around. You can aim to do a little boost in the air, which makes it easier to charge into targets so they're not quote-unquote obstructed by things in the environment. I've also noticed if targets are really far away, you can use your sniper rifle and kind of zoom in on them, and as long as you can see their health bar and the name of the enemy type, you can usually charge them, when sometimes you might not have been if you weren't aiming down sights. I don't know if that sniper rifle scope actually helps you charge further, but I know aiming down sights does. So another strategy is you can kind of charge someone with just a regular health bar, so you can knock them outside of the battle area with Nova and then charge into them, and then basically that'll give you time to set up your next charge or your next ability because you're not in the middle of a bunch of guys that are shooting at you. And then Cloak is just really good. You can reposition, you can set up your next shot, you can set up your next power, you can res your teammates. If your duration is high enough and your teammates are close to each other, you can res them both at the same time sometimes, which is really nice. Because as ineffective as they can seem sometimes on Insanity, they do pull some aggro a little bit, and they do some damage. And they set up combos, which is the most important reason that you want to have them alive, because they set up, they prime enemies for combo detonations. And since you're doing nothing but charge all the time, having enemies primed is really good, especially on bosses and just big enemies with a lot of armor like that Hydra. They tend to, especially once you get their rank 6 stuff, like for example Vetra and Korra both have an ammo type that primes as one of their rank 6's abilities, so that's definitely a good one to pick, because the more you can have enemies primed, the better. And so basically you just charge around, tactical cloak, reposition, nobody knows where you are, and they'll kind of focus on your teammates for a little bit. So that's why, like here, I'm using Vetra, or I like Drac because they're pretty tanky and hard to kill. And then Korra is pretty hard to kill too once you get her like charge and defensive stuff leveled up and her shield boost. Early game, Korra goes down really easy because she charges into enemies and has no defensive capabilities whatsoever, and she just gets wrecked. But late game, Korra is actually pretty hard to take down, so she's pretty good. And she can set enemies up for combos with cryo at rounds, and her Nova can also be a primer just like yours. So, and you can also kind of have her, you know, since you can select which enemies you want your teammates to attack, she kind of works with you because she'll charge the same target that you select. So you can charge in, she'll charge in, then she'll Nova, then you can charge and set that up, then you can Nova, and then she'll charge it, or she'll shoot it with cryo ammo, and then you can use their next charge and detonate that, kind of like that. So that's pretty much it. That's the whole build. You just confuse the hell out of all of your enemies, and they don't know where you are or what to do about you. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I will see you guys all on the next one. I have a couple more build videos planned. One's going to be kind of like a stealth crowd control build. I haven't decided exactly what powers I'm going to use, but I'm probably going to do it this playthrough so that I don't have to start a whole new game. I'll either respec or I'll pick the powers I want and just switch profiles basically. I gotta test out stuff for that too before I make a video about it because I want to make sure it works. So, and then I have like, there's so much freedom for your character builds in this game, and that's awesome. But I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.